You know all about the dangers of posting pictures of your children on the internet, so you keep them to private Facebook or Instagram accounts, right? But have you ever considered the dangers that may come from angry children who don't like your pictures? Here to tell us about the perils of posting pictures of your children on social media is MarketWatch's Quentin Futrell. Quentin, great to see you.
You too.
So the kids are all grown up now, right? And they don't necessarily like the pictures you've been posting of them.
Those pictures in the bath, running around with diapers. They get upset.
They're teenagers now, and they have their own Instagram accounts, and they want you to take those down.
Right.
So do you have to take them down if your child says to you, please, and you think it's the cutest picture of them ever, and you love it?
Yes. Not only do you have to take it down, but before you take photos of your kids and then you send them or put them online, you really, when your kid reaches an age where they can decide, you really should ask them permission like you would with anybody else, especially if they are pictures that, you know, that when they're in their private space, because you need to teach kids that they own their own image and they should have, and they are separate to you, and it's their body and their person you're putting on sites like Facebook.
Absolutely, and it's a good lesson because parents are going gaga over posting pictures of their kids, aren't they? What have you found?
Well, there was one study in the UK that found that they're posting up to 1,000 photos by the time they're age 5. That's just for one kid.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's a whole raft of research out there that show that parents say that the majority of parents say they notice other parents posting or sharing photos of kids that they feel are inappropriate. So they see it in other parents.
But they don't see it in themselves.
Not always in themselves.
So is there an element of competition here, of parental competition?
Yeah, yes, it's huge. It's a massive, because there's a lot of pressure to show that you have a happy family.
Telegraph the perfect life to everyone.
Right.
Where are most of these pictures being posted?
So most of them are being posted on Facebook, some on Instagram, even on Twitter as well.
But all of this posting, aren't we also sending the wrong message to our children? There is a lot of evidence that all of the social media does cause them a certain amount of anxiety. We know that there are good parts of social media, absolutely, but it does cause some anxiety in children.
Right, and it also, especially when they get older and they are learning about competition as well with other children, where they have to compete.
And seeing who's at what party that they perhaps were not invited to.
Exactly, exactly.
So when they see us constantly, you know, at our phones, worried more about, I like the title of a book that you mentioned in your piece, worried more about likes than life.
Right.
What sort of message are we telegraphing?
Yeah, we're really saying that it's what you look like, it's what you do, it's your vacations. It's really sending a wrong message, psychologists say, to children. While there are many wonderful things about sharing photographs with, you know, relatives in Poland or Australia, and, you know, sharing your memories and showing other parents that it's, you know, giving other parents encouragement, that it really can be detrimental to a child's self-esteem, especially if they have to perform, if they feel like they need to turn on that happy face when they go on vacation
if they feel like you're styling the vacation picture and you're more worried about the way the picture looks than the actual experience.
Right, they pick up on that and they learn from it.
So, of course, there is a middle ground, right? So we shouldn't be too worried if our kids are on social media. There, like you said, many good aspects. How do we know how much is okay? So,
like I said, you really have to be careful about the amount of pictures, and also check in with the person who's being photographed. And there are lots of studies out there that show, and if you see somebody else who's posting X amount of pictures a week and you feel uncomfortable with that, then it's important to take a look at your own social media habits too.
Absolutely, and I think it's a great idea to ask your kids permission before posting a picture of them. That's really smart. All right, Quentin, thank you so much for that.
My pleasure.